Hey guys, welcome to Devops School. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn about Maven. Maven is a build automation tool. It simplifies and standardizes the project build process. It handles compilation, distribution, documentation, team collaboration, and other tasks seamlessly. Maven increases reusability and take care of most of the build-related tasks. After going through this session, I promise you that the concept and understanding of the Maven will be absolutely clear to you.
But before that, let me ask you a few things. Are you dreaming of a career with higher pay and more responsibilities? Or are you ready to take your skills to the next level this year? Then start investing in Devops School certification level courses which will help you to emerge skills for a wide range of entry-level roles and as well as higher potential future positions. But with thousands of courses online and in classroom worldwide, finding the right one for your career goals can be difficult. You can consider our courses like Agile Developer, Agile QA, DevOps Certified Professionals, Site Reliability Engineering, DevSecOps, and Masters in DevOps Engineering, where you will have access to well-structured, easy-to-follow course content that has been developed and will be delivered by industry professionals. You can join on our training programs globally through online platforms, and if you are looking for classroom workshops, then we have regular sessions available in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Delhi NCR, Mumbai, and in Pune. Simply compare our many courses, find the one that suits your style and schedule best, and start today.
So now the first question is, what is Maven, right? What is Maven? So Maven is a build tool. Typically when we see Maven is a build tool. And when I say build a tool, that means doing what? So basically it's automating the repetitive process, which includes build, testing, packaging process, archiving process. So during the build, test, packaging, and archiving, you do lots of manual activities like copying, deleting, compile, test, package, archiving, downloading, cleaning, everything. Lots of things you do ad hoc basis, manual basis. Now in a CI/CD model, we do 20 times build in a day, 20 times testing, 20 times packaging, 20 times archiving. So when we do all this thing 20 times, so that's become very monotonous work. So we have to automate it. So basically, yes, all these activities, all these things we can automate through the build tool, which is popularly known is Maven. Okay, so Maven is a build tool. Now it has a capability of dependency management tool also. Now when I say dependency management tool, that means what? So you know that any software you develop, nowadays programmers don't write everything from scratch. They write they refer some modules which is already developed. Okay, so if they use some of the module which is already developed within a company, within an organization, that we call it internal dependencies. Okay, and if you are using some libraries which is outside of the organization, then we say external dependencies. Okay, so this tool also, Maven, will also help you, would also help you to manage the dependency, internal and external both. Okay, so this is the, in short, is a build tool, help you to automate build, test, packaging, and archiving, helps you to manage the dependencies management such as internal and external, and so on. Now this tool has been written in Java. Okay, and it is for Java project only. Yes, Maven has been written for Java project. Now it is open source, it is a free, and this is an organization which is managing this project, that is called Apache. Okay, so this is the introduction of Maven. Okay, so what is Maven? This is Maven. Make sense, guys?
Yeah, Rajesh.
Now let's say if you don't like Maven, then which are the other tools you like it? So guys, in this category, we have so many tools, other tools also, like Ant, Enant, Maven, Gradle, Makefile, MS Build. So MS Build typically we use for the .NET project. Gradle we use for Java also, C++ also, Python also, Scala also, and Android also. By the way, Android there is a built-in with a Gradle itself. Okay, So Gradle also I'll teach you, and Enant and Ant. So these are the other tools which we have properly. Though there are more than 20 tools are there, but we hardly use it those nowadays. Okay. Now the question is how to install Maven. So I said it's written in Java. So you know the Java rule. So any product which is written in Java, so that means that product will become a platform independent. That means Maven you can install in Windows, Linux, Mac, anywhere, wherever you want. And second important thing is we need a JDK and JRE. We need JDK. Why? Because we will do the building also, testing also. So for that we need a JDK, because you're not going to, it's not application, it's like a tool. So you need a JDK. So yes, so the question is you have to install JDK 8, 11, whatever it is, and set the Java home. Okay. Now if you set the Java home, JDK and stuff like that, then you have to download the Maven zip file. Yes, this is not installer, you get it, it's a zip file. From where you to download from this location. See here, this is the tarball, this is the zip file. So download this zip file, okay, and then extract to your desired location, and that path, the wherever you extracted /bin, put it in the path environment variable. What is that? What is that? Let me show you. I did it. So here I have a C drive and tools. Inside the tools I have a Maven here. This is the extract of the one zip file. Now I got into this bin, copy this path and go to the environment variable, open up the environment variable, system environment variable, and here you set in the path environment variable, add it, and see here you can see second one is already added. So this you do that. So that way what happens if you do that bin, so this Maven which is for Linux and this Maven for Windows, basically you can call them, basically it's all about automation. So MBN you can call it. So installation is done. After that, once it is, if it is done, now how can you verify? So you go to the command line and just type mbn hyphen mbn, also type this one also, okay. It will, if you are getting command not found, that means you have not installed, but if you get some error, that means it got installed. So you type mbn, but if you type hyphen h also, help file, these are the options you have. So many options you see, so many options you have. Okay, so yep, this is the stuff which we have. So this is called Maven. So how to verify, you got to know. Now the question is how Maven works. This is the most important question. Let me tell you guys, here there's nothing scripting sort of it. I cannot, I have nothing to teach you actually in Maven. Why? There is reason, you will get it in this slide. Let's open up. Just a second. Why I have nothing to teach you in Maven? The answer you get it somewhere here. Let me show you that. See, look at this, it's a comparison between Maven and Ant, but actually you will get that why I have nothing to teach you. Okay, see here, if you want to create a directory structure, it's automated in Maven, so you are not doing anything. You want to prepare the build, automated. Library dependencies management, manumatic, matlab semi, you can say half automation done. Compilation automatic, testing automatic, packaging automatic, versioning automatic. It means everything is automatic. So what do you want to learn here? Maven will do everything for you. So Maven says only one line. He says, if you follow me, I will automate everything for you. Simple. So now what I am going to teach you is I am going to only teach you how Maven works. Because if I teach you how Maven works, then anyways you will get everything automatically. Guys, did you understand this?
Yeah, Rajesh.
Yes, yes.
So now the question is, how do I learn? How do I know how Maven works? So just type MVN, okay? And here you get some error, okay? Some error you get it. I want that message. See here. Now here it says it's error. Why that error has come? Because it says, boss, you have not specified any goals. The question is, what is the goal? I don't know. I don't know what is goal. Here it says you must specify the valid build, valid life cycle. Now the question is, what is a life cycle? Here it says phases. The question is, what is a phases? Then here it says plugin. Now the question is, what is plugin? So how it works? For that you need to know what is goal, what is life cycle, what is a phase, what is a plugin. All these things you need to know. And if you know, then everything is automated automatically. So can we know that what is all this thing? So let's understand this. So let's understand this. So now guys, here I am discussing about architecture of Maven. So what has happened? Maven is based out on the plugin concept. Now you know that plugin is not something which is new now. Plugins means any feature you want it, you have you have to install plugin. Simple. Plugin is the way to enhance the feature of the software. That we call it plugin. Simple. So if you want Maven 20 feature, you have a 20 plugin. 100 feature, 100 plugin. So it's like this. So remember, everything in Maven, everything, again I'm repeating, everything in Maven comes from plugin. Okay, everything in Maven comes from the plugin. So now the question is, in Maven architecture, Maven core is been developed, and based on the plugins, there are the two kind of plugins here. One is a core plugin, one is external plugin. Means the core feature, external feature. So the core plugin, which is built in basically by Apache. This was developed by Apache only. So Apache, when they release the Maven product, they release the core plugins also. Because without any features, how can you use it? You will not enjoy. Now, if you want to extend the functionality, then this you can add the external plugins also. By the way, guys, external plugins has been developed by community, and you can get it hell lot of external plugins on the Apache website, GitHub, different locations and all. Okay, so many external plugins are there. Like a Jacoco is also, you'll find a plugin for it. SonarCube also you find an external plugin for it. So many things we'll find. Remember in SonarCube sessions we had SonarCube with Maven. Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
Yes, Rajesh.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was there.
yeah. So here you have nothing but one plugin is been developed. That's all. I said right? Everything is automated. You just need to know how it works. That's all. So guys, this Maven has been designed based on the plugin concept, core plugins, external plugins. These plugins you will get it built in. So I will talk about most of the time core plugins. Now, so I understood what is a plugin. So this is what the error was here. Now understand the plugin. Now the next question is, what is a life cycle? What is a life cycle in Maven? So guys, life cycle, typically when you use this keyword, life cycle is basically managing from the start to end. Simple meaning is life cycle, start to end. And in this universe, everything has a life cycle. Everything. In fact, universe has a life cycle that start at some time and destroy at some time. So same way, what is the life cycle in Maven? To manage the build automation, test automations and all. We need to understand this. So let's understand in a simple way. Let's say life cycle of human. So what happens? Life cycle of human, which is under my control, our control. We born, then we become a kid, then we become a teen, then young, mid, old, die. So it's like this. If you want to die, I'm not talking about unnatural way, okay? Natural way. If you want to die, then you have to become old. If you want to become old, then you have to reach to the mid. If you want to become a mid, you have to become young. If you want to become young, you have to become a teen. If you want to become a teen, you have to become a kid. And you have to become a kid, you have to born also. So if you only want to become young, then you have to born, kid, teen, young. Are you getting the points?
Yeah, Rajesh.
Yeah. So this is the life cycle. So human is having one life cycle actually. We don't know actually how many life cycle. God must be knowing about this. But typically, what we know, we have a one life cycle. We born and die. Okay. But actually, in the project, look at the software development project. You do have so many repetition of the life cycle. Means you do see here code, analyze, compile, unit testing, package, test, install. Again code, analyze, compile, ut, package, test, install. Again code, analyze, package. So this is a repeat one. And how many times you do? At least 10, 20 times, 20 times, 30 times in a you do that. So guys, this is the life cycle of the software project. So now actually what has happened, Maven is a tool. It's not a build tool alone. It is a build plus tool. It can manage, Maven can manage your software life cycle also. Yes, Maven can manage software life cycle also. Code, analyze, compile, ut, package, test, install, blah, 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 reporting, site generation, cleanup, many things. But the question is how? So Maven has 3 built-in life cycle. You can design your own life cycle, by the way. If you know that little bit of coding on Java, you can design, but hardly we use it for those. Many organizations, they do that if they want to. But here, these are the life cycle. 3 life cycle. Default, which is applied. Default means default, understand that. Clean and site. Can you define your own life cycle? Yes, you have to modify this file. Now guys, life cycle, when there is a life cycle, then there is a phases also, correct now? So what is the phase? So look at this here, what is a phase? See guys, here if you see that this is the phase. Born is a phase, kid is a becoming a phase, one phase. Teen is one phase, young is one phase, mid is one phase, old and die. So these are the phases. So like that in Maven, we have a 3 life cycle, but each one of these has a phases. Yes, phases. You want to know? Look at this. Validate in a slide. So let's not talk about everything because we'll talk only main. See here, compile phase, test phase, package phase, verify phase, install phase, deploy phase. So these are the popular phases of any project. But again, you understand that if you want to reach like rule of the life cycle, you have to respect. If you want to reach here, you will start from here only. If you want to reach here, it will start from here only. If you want to reach here, it will start from here only till here. So do you understand this rule, right? Life cycle rule.
Yeah, Rajesh, it's quite clear, but I've got a little question. I'll just stop you for a second. You said the Maven can manage the whole SDLC. That's understandable. So, well, when you say analyze, so instead of doing static code analysis via SonarQube, can we do it with Maven?
No, you got me wrong. When I say Maven can do analysis, but basically Maven will call that Sonar Cube with the help of external plugin to do the analysis and do the work for you.
All right. Okay. So is true with the compile and unit testing and packaging,
So
installation and
for
deployment. Yeah.
every
So it's the plugins basically. So when you say deploy,
yeah
so you might be using an Ansible plugin or
no
any other
no
deployment.
so for the deployment, this deployment is something different of Ansible deployment. So I'll talk about this one deployment little later. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay. But packaging, like you want to create a package. Not all packaging is supported in Maven. Only Java-based packaging, like a jar, EAR, var, and all kind of thing packages. Unit testing here, JUnit is supported. When you do the compilation, Java has been called, JDK has been called. When you call the testing, here you can call synonym test cases and all. So like that. Okay. So here again, Java based ecosystem, you have to take it up. So it's not a generic scenarios. Okay. This is only for the Java project. Got it?
Yeah, got it. I mean, then why is so much emphasis on Apache Maven? Instead, we can use the Gradle, which supports .NET technology, multi-technology basically, like Java, .NET, Python, whatever. So Gradle is better than Maven in
Yeah.
that case.
Yeah, so Gradle is better than Maven because it supports multiple technology. But the problem here is all the current projects we have in Maven itself, and the migration is slowly taking place. So if you are in a current project, probably if you are in a older project, then you must be having Maven. But if you have started some new product development, maybe from last 1 year, then you will go for Gradle. So it depends on this. So let's say you are a DevOps engineer from some of the existing project which is running from last 15 years. Okay, so of course you need to know Maven, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. Anyways, I'll teach you Gradle also. Both I'll teach you. Okay. Okay. So I
Is
was
that going to
talking
happen
about.
today? Will you cover Gradle today, or will it be a different session?
No, it will be different session. So today morning, after let's say after 9 hours, we'll have a first Gradle session in the morning, and evening we'll have a second repeat session. So if you are comfortable, you can attend. In fact, if tomorrow morning is not possible, Saturday we'll have it.
Yeah, I will attend Saturday one.
Yeah.
And that will be on evening time, isn't it?
Yeah, we have a 2 timing, so I think it's covering all the time zone of world map.
Yeah. That's fine. Thank you.
Okay, so guys, we were.
Class will be on Saturday evening, no? Today is Thursday.
Yeah, I'll let you know the Gradle session timing, but it will be 2 session covering all the people. Okay, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So now the question is, I was doing something else. Yeah. So here, these are the life cycle. Why this life cycle? To manage the software development project, which we do repetitively. So now this is called phases. Okay. So now here I have selected some of the phases, not everything, which is not needed. Only few these are needed. So now if you see that some of the phases which I mentioned here, compile, test, package, install, deploy. Okay, now install and deploy, don't think the way I'm reading it. It's not installation and it's not deployment at all. It has something different meaning. I'll teach you that one. Okay, so this is the phases, popular phases. Now the question is, I got to learn plugins also. I got to learn life cycle also. I got to learn phases also. But there is a one thing. What is a goals? What is a goals? So now actually goal is basically is a way to reach that phase. Simple. Goal is a way to reach to that phase. Let's say there is one project which is called Softex, and you want to reach up to the, see, think about it. You want to reach up to the compile phase. That means starting from here till here. Then you have to call one magic mantra. What is magic mantra? In Maven, we call it goal. Okay, the goal name, fortunately, is similar as phases. So do not get confused. Conceptually, phase is different. Conceptually, goal is different. But fortunately, the goal name and a phase name both are similar. So when I say goal name, compile. But when I say compile phase name, that means you want to reach up to the compile. So guys, are you understanding my point, what I'm trying to say?
Could you please repeat?
Yeah, so phase is basically the life cycle phases like a compile, test, package, install, deploy. But the question is, how can I reach to the my software project up to the packaging stage? So for reaching that, you will use the goal name, which is similar to the phase name. That's called package. But conceptually, both are different. Are you getting
It
it?
has the same name as well, right? Means for phase and the goal name both are same, doing the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm repeating now. So goal name is phase name, names are similar, but conceptually it is a different. Goal is a way to reach to the phase. Understand that, of that particular project. Are you getting my points? For example, let's
Yes.
say
Yep.
you have a project. So you want to reach to that up to the testing. So now the question is, how can I reach? That's a how, which instruction you will give. So your Maven will help you to start from here till here. So that for that we use the goal name. But what is a goal name? Same is a phase name. It's a fortunate same phase, same goal name is there. But conceptually it is a different. Now, did you understand this or not?
It means that goal is nothing but a target of the phase, which has the same name.
Something like that. Goal is a way to reach to that particular phase of the life cycle of that particular software project. Make sense?
So technically, what's the difference? Yeah, conceptually, I got it. Like, I mean, I want to reach to packaging phase. I will call the goal, which is called package. Understand? So what's the technical difference? I mean, are there different plugins or?
Yeah. All these are powered by different plugins. This is different plugin. This is different plugin. Different plugins. All are different plugins.
No. I mean, when we talk about, say, package phase, I want to reach to package phase. For this, I need to call the goal, which is called package. That's understandable. What's the technical difference in both of them? Are they using entirely different plugins or?
No. So here what happens, when you call the goal package, then package goal will call one of the plugin package plugin. Okay, jar plugin. Now what will happen, when you go to the reach to this phase, then this phase will tell, okay, before me you have to get this one done. This is a, before packaging you have to test the software. Then for the testing there is a different plugin, so that automatically get called. This is the linked actually. Now testing will say, okay boss, before testing you have to compile at least, right? So for compilation there's a different plugin. So these are independent one, but it's interlinked. That's what I say, rule of life cycle, never forget. If you call this one, it start from here. If you call this one, start from here. So that the goal is just to call this goal, but ultimately everything will be done as per the life cycle rule.
Okay.
So ultimately don't get confused too much. You want to compile the project, you have to call the, only remember this, you want to bring to the testing phase, you want only this, that's all. Don't get confused too much. Conceptually, if you could understand, that will be wonderful, because it will help you to automate that things. Okay, so guys, now we have understood what is a life cycle, what is a phase, what is a goal. Now all this goal is powered by plugin, and these are the different plugin. During the demo I'll show you. So now everything whatever you wanted to know, you know that from this output, what is a goal, what is a phase, what is a life cycle, what is a plugin, and all this stuff. Now the question is, and these are the popular phases and goals you see here. Okay, so now the next question is, I have to start. So what is your project name? So project name is manual, right? So project name is manual. So what is the project name you will give? So I decided I will give the project name Devops School. Okay, Devops School. Now inside the project name you'll have a multiple module like a mail, like a chat, or something like that. So now you have to understand, you have to create the first day you are starting a new project. First day you have to create a project directory structure. Now the question is, it's automated. After you selected the project name, project directory structure is automated. Now the question is, for automation there must be some plugins for it. So which plugin? So we will use Archetype plugin. So here you have, remember, when you type on the command line, then you type Maven and plugin name and goal name. This is the format. But if it is the core goal, you can directly type the goal name also. So here you see Maven Archetype plugin, and the goal name is generate. This plugin will do what, you know? This plugin will create a skeleton directory structure. Okay, so now for this you need multiple input such as group ID, artifact ID, archetype artifact ID, and interactive mode false. These are the optional, by the way, but I'm putting up. So now the question is, what is a group ID? What is a artifact ID? This you need to know about it. What is a group ID? What is artifact ID? You need to know about it. So guys, let's understand this. There is a one company called Microsoft. Now we have to answer group ID and artifact ID to create a project skeleton. So there is one company called Microsoft. They have a one software called MS Office. In the MS Office, they have a multiple component: Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access, and some of the modules are common to all of this. This is called internal dependency. That means common is a module, but it is dependent. Word is dependent on common. Excel is dependent on common. Common means what? Bold, italic, paragraph, justification, this, that, and all. Okay, so those features are common features. You will find in the Word also, Excel also, PowerPoint also. So guys, here, if you see the skeleton, what we call it? So typically when you create a packaging structure, understand that. Packaging structure. Okay, every organization have a distinct packaging structure. So then you will keep this name of the organization, which call it a group ID. Okay, group ID we will call it Microsoft.ms Office, and here artifact ID will become a Word. So here you will have a Microsoft.office. Okay, here you will write com.microsoft.office. Com is missed out. So com means company. Sometime you will see net, sometime you see org. It's like the packaging structure. So com.microsoft.msoffice.word, out of which com.microsoft office will be group ID and artifact ID will be Word, artifact ID Excel, PowerPoint, Access, common. So this is called artifact ID and group ID. Now let's see the one of the code. Java sample project GitHub. Okay, any projects open up in Java, any projects. Okay, look at this one. Okay, and here I'll go for the source code, and here I'll open up some Java program, and you see here guys, this is the structure of the package: sample com.java .project. How? You see here, starting from the source code, sample.java .project, and inside that Java program. So your packaging, whenever the packaging will be there, so if anyone want to use this file, so what they have to call, sample.java import. They will have to import sample, import sample.java .project. So like this. Now you see here, this is the packaging structure. Now if you see here, this particular product, this particular code which is here, this is dependent on multiple libraries. This is called external libraries. See that none of these libraries are belong to same project. Okay, different places. This is the external libraries. So here they're importing com.this, com.lompack. So this is structure, it's your handle. So here you see it's a dependencies are there. That means in order to write, they must be having some extend also. So extending the functionality. They are not extending here. Okay, so they must be using one of the functionality here, let's say commander or anything. Okay, see here, public class implements what? Runnable. So what is a runnable? You have to check this. It must be one of the method in this one. Okay, you have to check all this program. So it's like this. So this is the packaging structure, and this is the dependencies for this program to compile it. Did you understand this now? Guys, did you understand this?
Not really. The very simple reason is that I hope there'd be a few other people as well who will not be from the coding background. So yeah, so it's a code. Coders have written. That's fine. We've got the code, and let's do the build. That's something I can say.
Yeah.
Rajesh,
No,
what
but
is importing here means? What importing we are doing it?
See here. Okay, I'll simplify this stuff. See, typically we have so many codes are there. Think about it. Let me put it up Microsoft. Okay, understand that. Microsoft. Think about it logically. This is a chat. This is a mail. This is a dashboard. These are the three modules are there. Okay. Now, if the chat is a one code, correct? Now, this is a one code. Chat is one code. Just a second. So chat is one code. Mail is
it can
one
be
code.
a module. Chat can be one module.
It can be a module, but I'm not talking about that right now. I'm just, I think Kamran has some confusion, so just trying to helping to understand that organization. So become organization skills. Okay. So this is the Microsoft product, or let's say Devops school product. Okay. And here, a chat, mail, and dashboard is a component, modules, whatever you call it, module, component, whatever. Now this is the one feature, two feature, three feature. Now what is happening? There is a one code which is called SMTP. There is a one call which is called X method, XYZ method. Think about it. This method is written in this code. Okay, in this code. Okay. Now when you compile, and now do you want to duplicate this code? You tell me. Do you want to duplicate this code here also?
No.
Is it a good idea?
No,
So
absolutely not.
So what we do actually, we say do not duplicate. We will do one thing. We will import that. We will import it. But the question is, this method we will import. But the question is, how do we import? We don't know that where it is. So this package has to be created something like this one. Understand that? It's very simple. com dot DevOps school. I'll just copy paste. I don't feel writing now. DevOps school dot mail dot xyz. So this is a package. I'll declare the package. Okay. Now what I will do, this mail method, which has a this method, which we have xyz method. This is a class, this is the class. Okay, this is the method, this is the class. So now what we'll do, we'll create a jar file here. Okay, now jar file is there, because jar file means you compile, you have a Java code, convert to class code and package it in the jar file. Okay, now jar file, we will load it in the JVM. So this jar file, we will load it in the JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Now anyone, understand that anyone which jar file, mail jar file. Okay, mail jar file. Now anyone who need this method, what they need to do, they need to call com dot this one and import. So now, because this JVM is already loaded with the structure of the program, so they will import from this location and then use it. No code duplication. So that is what this guy is doing. This guy has created a package structure. That means anyone else wants to use it, they can use this way. But he's also using someone else code also to have the implementation of the code here. Did you understand now?
Yeah.
Okay. So
it will
this
be
is
not
the
always, it will be not always the com dot
no sir. It
whatever
can
it
be
is.
any name. Yeah. See, this import is dependent on what you declare here in the package. Typically, what we practice, commercial companies they say com, organization they say org, network companies they say NET, or it you can keep it anything by the way. Make sense?
But in general, like on a laptop app, if I'm doing something, like what shall it be?
What is that?
What shall it be? Like if I'm practicing into my laptop or
You keep
doing
it, no
this.
anything. You say your name is, let's say, what is your good name, sir?
Runal.
Runal. So you say here Runal dot software dot mail. That's all. Mail. Now anyone who wants to have this in the this jar file in the RPM JVM, then he will use it like this. Simple, done. What's the big deal?
Okay, no, means I just got confused with the internet thing, that .com or .net or
No,
.org.
that,
It is like
no.
mandate for the import thing, right? Means I just thought like it was the way it was there, because I'm also
No.
new to programming or I don't know about it much. So whenever I feel .com is like I directly correlate it with internet, right?
No. This file should be there in the Runal directory. Inside that, there should be software. Inside that, mail. Inside that, XYZ. That class file should be there. That's all. Under their JVM. Makes sense.
It is just the structure.
Structure. I've been telling you structure. How do you plan the complication of? There's only two things, guys: internal dependency, external dependency. For this only, you are doing package and import, and that is what I've been telling you. Make sense?
Does the package mean a grouping of doing something and creating a jar file?
Yes. It will create a structure in that same, whatever the package name you will keep it. They will create a package in the same structure, whatever the name you'll give it.
So Rajesh, the code you were just showing us from GitHub, the sample Java project, this guy is importing quite a few number of packages. So where is the actual, these. So take an example of the first one, import com.buse.jcommander.jcommander. So where is the code actually for this package? Where is it written? Is it in this code or is it external?
This will be jar file. Okay, this will be jar file. This file will be inside a jar, inside a directory called com bused jcommander commander. Okay, so this will be inside a jar. But the question is where it is. Wait. Yeah. So this package will be in a jar. This class file, this is the class file, will be in a jar. Now the question is where the jar file will be there. Technically, it can be anywhere, wherever you set the JVM class path. Okay, but by default, If you really want to upload by default, you can keep it in the JRE folder or JDK folder here, JVM location. Let's say this is Java, right? This is JDK,
Well,
right?
that's understandable. I mean, I don't dispute this. That's fine. If it's in a laptop, I can understand that we can call anything from my laptop or from the internet, as the other participant was saying. But I'm asking the question, typically with reference to the code you're showing us, where are all those packages? He's only importing them. That's understandable. So where are the packages actually?
You mean to say, wait, I understand that. Now I understood the question. You're saying, okay, this jar file from where it should come?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just, you have to wait for a little bit. Okay, little bit
Okay.
more. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, let's move on. Okay, so what I was talking about is group ID and artifact ID concept. So you decide group ID. So what I decided, I have a group ID which I decided. I have a group ID which is called com.devopsschool.software. This is my package structure, out of which my component ID is a chat. Now what is this? Maven Archetype startup. So basically this will create a skeleton structure of your project. First day, very first day. Now you want to know how many options are available like this. So you go, you check this URL. So you should know a little bit of world of enterprise coding in Java, but not needed too much. You only at high level. But I'll teach you that one also. So these are the template, okay, through Archetype plugin. These are all our Archetype plugin, okay. So these are the template. So this will create a different structure, okay. This is a J2E structure. This is a sample. This is Maven plugin structure, JSR project structure. So different structure. So here you get to know structure. So what I did, see here, very simple. Maven doing what? Archetype means I want to create a first day skeleton. What do you want to generate? Goal, but some parameters are needed, right? What is your group ID and artifact ID and which structure you want? I given. Rest of the option I said no, don't ask. Okay, any parameter you pass in the Maven, you pass with capital D. Okay, this one. So what is done? This is done. Now there's one more thing you should know is versioning in Maven. This is the product versioning. Okay, so how do you version in Maven? So guys, there's a two kind of version in Maven: snapshot and release. So whenever you see snapshot, you will see hyphen snapshot postfix with the version. That means what is the snapshot means? The code is not stable, so use it with a care. Whenever you remove this hyphen snapshot, then it become a major minor release, and that's a stable. That means you can use it. So this is the way to tell everyone in the world like this is stable and this is not stable. Make sense, guys?
Like Snapshot is like a beta version.
You can not stable, it can be beta, alpha, or development version, anything. Makes sense? Okay. Okay. Now there is a Maven has a packaging type also: jar, var, EAR, POM. Okay, so these are the type out of which jar is default. So guys, almost everything you know, everything you got to know. Please, I will repeat one more time. You need to know, first thing is, what is a life cycle? Did you understand this life cycle in Maven?
Yeah.
Then you need to know what are the phases of the each life cycle. Did you understand that phases?
Yeah.
Then you want to know which are the goal I need to call to reach to that phases of my software life cycle. Did you understand that what is a goal?
Yeah.
Then you need to know what is a group ID. Did you understand this?
Yeah.
Artifact ID,
Yes.
version, and package.
Yes. Yep.
That's all. Now we will do this automation from here. Nothing else you need to know for time being. So
Rajesh,
can you create a directory?
sorry for
Yeah.
interruption. I have one thing, like let's say I have not worked on Maven before, right? And if I go as a DevOps or related to the Maven project, right? So will an organization will or what will the team player will give me the details for the Maven, as you said, like all the artifact name and everything. Will they provide all that details to me? Like how does that work?
No, Maven is a self-explanatory. They will tell you this is a project which you have, download it and go through that and do whatever you want. What? Everything is automated, right? So I'll do that. Let me complete that and probably you will ask this question. Okay. So guys, I will start from the project directory structure. So look at my screen, please. Automated way. Can we see that? So I'll go to the E drive, mkdir night, cd night. It's empty directory. Okay, look at this my screen, please. And now I want to create a skeleton. So how do we do that? So just copy paste. Same thing. I copy paste. This will automatically create a directory structure. Okay, mvn. Done. So based on this plugin, whenever we call, this will create a structure. First day, this command you will run very first day of your project. Okay, and this will create a skeleton. Let's wait for that.
From where did you copy that?
Sir, same notes, no? It's a one-line code here. Same code which I explained to you here, converted into the one line and run it. Plugin,
Okay.
goal, group ID, artifact ID, template, no interactive.
What's a template,
All
Rajesh?
this in one line. What is that?
What's a template?
Template which will give you the directory structure of the project, whether it's a Java, core Java, J2E Java, Maven plugin structure. So Spring Boot, Hibernate, this, that, different kind of projects are there, right? So for this different kind of structure are there. So that will be created by this template kind of thing. So if you want to list, if you want to know list of templates, you can refer this URL.
Okay. So what template have you used in this case?
I use Quick Start, which is
Quick
easy
start.
to use it. Yeah.
Okay.
Maven Quick Start. It's like one of the easy template. By the way, this guy also have used the Quick Start template. See here. Here you have a project, right? This is the sample Java project. I Google it. So here you have a source. The source code will have the product source code, and test directory will have the test code of this particular product. And then here you have pom.xml, which is a configuration of Maven. I'll talk about this pom.xml in little time.
Rajesh, for this Maven, you have used Windows, and for all other tools, we have used Linux. So, was there any specific requirement that we have to use Windows only for this, or it could be on AWS, or it can be anywhere?
Sir, I said very clearly, Maven is a Java written, so it's a platform dependent. Whether you run this command on the Windows or Linux, behavior will be same.
Okay, no means most
Be
of the tools which we have learned so far was on the Linux end. So I just wanted to
so
check, like, is there any specific need that you have installed it on Windows?
SonarQube and Jira and all, these are the server actually. So most of the time server when you set up in the DevOps environment, due to the performance, security reason, and many other reasons, we set up in the Linux. Now Maven is a developer tool, QA tool. It's a developers you will use, just like I'm using in the my laptop. Every developers and every QA people will use for doing what? This stuff: build, compile, testing, packaging, versioning, deployment, site generation, cleanup. So you can use in the Linux also, same command will work, but typically we use that in the Windows.
Okay.
think it's taking more than expected time. Okay, let's wait for a few more seconds. Sometime what happens, there is one repository which get down. Because of that, this takes some time. So
Rajesh, after creating the structure of the project, where we will develop the code, where we will write the
I'll show
code.
you. I'll show you. I'll show you. Wait. Let it complete it. No. Okay. Let's not wait for it. It will create one structure. Okay. Now the question is which structure? The structure which will create would be, I think, morning I created somewhere Maven. This structure. So you want to see the structure? Let's use this command line. Now tree. Look at this. See the structure I was talking about. Source. Don't see this one right now. This will be created after the build. Source. See. Source. What source? Main. Test. So product code will go inside this. Test code of this particular product will go inside this. Java, com at Devops School software. This is a group ID. Com Devops School software is a group ID. Whereas chat was your artifact ID. Okay, so this is the way. Now the question is, let me see if that's get completed. Still it's happening. Got stuck. Okay, let's not waste time. So here now let's understand this structure. So first thing what I will do, I'll do the cleanup. Ambient clean. So it will come to the very first page, means it will clean everything. So let's do this. So guys, now look at this my screen. Here, when you create that command, whatever I run here, it's still in waiting. So it will, you will get this directory and this directory, this file. Now what is a POM? So guys, any configuration of Maven, this file will have it. This we call it a POM, project object model, which will contain many information about this project. Again, I'm repeating, this file will contain only the information about chat product, chat artifact ID. Okay, so what is this? First 3 lines, just remove it. Matlab, not removing, but leave it, skip it. But what else you have to understand? See here, group ID which I pass through the command line, artifact ID which I passed through the command line, packaging I did not pass through the command line, but it has done. jar default. You can have a var also, EAR also. Versioning by default it will come snapshot. Snapshot means not stable. So like this, snapshot. Okay, so this is the snapshot. SHOT. Okay, so snap. Now there's a spelling mistake here. Okay, so snapshot. Okay, now module name is product name is chat. This is should be your company email address, website. And now this particular project is dependent on JUnit. That means JUnit library need to be there in your JVM environment. How? We'll talk about little later. So this is a JVM. Now guys, rest of the things like compile, testing, packaging, I will do in one shot. Let's understand this. So here I go and type ambient compile. That's all. That's all you need to remember. Everything will be done by Maven, and I'm compiling. Now the question is, where is the source code? So we did not wrote the source code, so you should go here, source location, main, Java, com, Devops School, software. This is the structure I was talking about. Okay, and here is the source code. You want to add a few more source code, you can copy, paste it here. I'm writing a few more source code of Java, just a hello world program, nothing else. So here app, I'm writing a more source code. So app4, app3. This is the file. And Java has a rule, whatever the file name, you have to keep the class name same. So app3, done. It's a hello world program. Nothing. The coding is completed. Now see the structure, package structure. They are not extending it. That's the reason they are not using it. So here this done. So last time when I compile, you see here 3 source file got compiled. And where is the compilation class file? Here. Now this time if I compile, it should be 4 files. I'm cleaning up. Means full clean I'm doing it. And again compile. Ambient compile. Okay, this time it should be 4 files. 4 file compilation. See, compilation means what? You know, I've told you already. Compilation means it will. Guys, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, Rajesh.
I thought I lost because my system is little slow, I guess, maybe. Okay, see here. I wrote the code and it become a 4 files. Now this is a class file. Here you can go and copy, check that. You want to check that compilation? It's in target directory. So go to the chat, target, classes, com. This is the package structure, Devops school software. From here, these are the classes. Earlier Java class. Compile. What do you want to do now? So next thing, what you want to do? You want to do something test and package. So do the test and package. Now, before that testing, you should be having test cases, right? So let's see that. Test, Java, com, Devops school, software. And this is that. Can you open up this file? See this file. This test cases has been written. It's just a hello program. But here you see importing. See, this is my package structure, but they're importing what? JUnit.framework.test. So guys, they are importing some classes, but the class has to be there in the JVM. Here I mentioned very clearly, Maven will help you to manage your internal and external dependency. But the question is how? So you see this program is dependent on these classes, and these are not the my classes, it's external classes. So if it is dependencies is like that, then you have to mention in pom.xml, and that's where we are keeping this dependency. See here, this is a jar location. Understand, this is a jar location. This is the class location. This is the class location inside a jar. So this jar location, JUnit, group ID, artifact ID, and scope means it will load, this jar file will be loading in the test. But the question will remain same. From where this download, from where this jar file will come? So I'll have to hold that question for a few more seconds. But I wanted to show you, see this is the packaging structure, and they're using some other functionality to write the code. You see here extending is here. Okay, so they're using app test, which is one class, extend the functionality from test case, which is here. Okay, so it's like hello world program. So now can I do this Maven test? When I say Maven test, guys, it will compile again and then test, because life cycle rules, please understand that you should never forget. So test
Rajesh, generally developer. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, generally developers are used to be have IDEs. No, they will use IDE.
Yeah, they will use ID. You will use Jenkins. Same command you will write in ID. They will write in ID. You will write in Jenkins.
Okay. So we are not going to use IDEs. Only developer will going to use IDE.
Sir, I've been telling you this statement from long time. When you say, okay, I will not do this, you will not do that, please come out of this mindset. you are also developers. You also have to become a developer. Maybe not a very hardcore developer, but at least you should know how to set up an environment and compile this, that, and all. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
You want to
So
say
first
that the
time,
test case, you have to say that the test case which was there right now we executed. So we have to write this test case.
maybe I don't know your project. You have to write a test cases, or if it is a JUnit test cases, developer will write acceptance test cases. This one, testing team will write that some infrastructure test cases. DevOps will write. Maybe you will become a dev QA and operations together. It can be possible. Depends on the project, right? Okay, guys, look at it, this one here. See, I call the test goal, but it compiled also. See, resource gathering, compilation, and test. This is the test has happened. Only one test I was having, hello world program, test has happened. This is the reports here, you can get it. Okay. So test is, you're not doing it, not even in one line of code you have written. Can I do the packaging now? Ambient package. So see here, everything which I said, after once you understand how Maven works, everything is just a matter of ambient goal name, ambient goal name. That's all. So you created a package. This package is ready. You can see that location.
Rajesh, if Maven is not used, what is the approach?
You have to have the build tool. Without a build tool, no project can be executed because we do a
No,
lot
means
of ad hoc
sample.
work.
No. Means my question was not related to without any company running it. My simple question is, if I have a codes, just like 2 line of code, I wanted to understand. So before Maven, how we used to work on it? Means there was no such thing, or Maven is from there from many 10, 15 years, or 1 decade, or 2 decade. Because I'm totally
So
new to this particular Java, jar, and all that
Maven,
stuff. So I don't have that background stuff to understand the how the history of this particular thing happened, right? So that's why I just got confused. That's why I'm asking you.
Maven is there from last 20 years. I have started using Maven from last 15 years. So this tool is not new. In fact, it's in a kind of last phase of Maven, I guess. I think 4 5 years it will be more. After that, we all migrate to Gradle. Maybe I'm just guessing. Now the question is, let's say if you have only two file, which is in not in reality, but if you write a two file, then what you will do, you will use Java, Jaback. Remember, you might have studied, you want to compile, then don't use Maven, you want to compile, then Java, Jaback, and Java file. Then you want to run Java and like that. So these are the commands where used to use it for compilation and running. Javac for compilation, Java for running, one or two file. But here we are not talking about the file because in the project you have thousands and thousands of files. That's where the Maven needed, right? Correct? Hello?
Rajesh, hello. I just wanted to understand this .jar extension. I know it's a package file, but technically, where we will use this? Let's say you
Where
have
we
this
will
chat.
use,
Yes, yeah. Let's say this chat is a module somewhere in the you are build it. Your this file is dot created, right? .jar. So where this particular jar will be used, a general use case scenario.
so you will have to run this jar file. So you have to call in the JVM class path. Now the question is, what is JVM class path? Typically, you can go to this library. You see here, so many libraries are here now. See, go for security server. There's no library actually. See here, jar file. See here. Now it should be more actually. So you should go to include Windows 32. Let's go to the JDK 8. See here, jar. So each of these jar has a some different feature. If you extract this jar, you'll find the, let me copy it and extract it. I'm going to here, copy this, paste it, and extract it here. Okay, can we extract it here? And see here now, this is the structure, jav sun dot swing dot this. So this is a package structure. Now same way, go back, javx swing. Here you see this class. So this is a package structure, javx dot swing. Okay, and this is a class file. So now if you want to import it, you will have to copy this jar file in the JVM and load that in the class path and then use this functionality. Okay, so I think before this you have to little bit focus on the Java world of Java programming or any programming for the sake of, because this concept
There was a
is
class, I guess, for the programmer, but that actually has been postponed to this weekend. That's why it's creating this problem.
yeah. So that class will not teach you the Java in depth, but will give you the high level information. So I think this weekend we'll have that session. Got it?
Rajesh,
So next question.
I think Ru was asking why packaging is done. You actually went into too much depth. So why packaging is done? That was his question. .jar file. Where do you want to use it? That was his question, basically. I think.
Is that your question?
Yes, Rajesh, I was trying to understand.
To be
Can I
honest,
answer this question?
yeah, to be honest, I was not expecting this question at all. So tell me, let me stop the recording. Actually.
Because in the because
Here
This conference will now be recorded.
So here I'm trying to give you some fundamental of packaging skeleton. Okay, so you have too many programs, too many steps. You have to do 100 times in a day. Will you do that? Answer is no. What you need? You need a installer. In what format? Packaging format. Now the question is, there's a two type of packaging is popular. One is called system packaging, okay, and one is application packaging. So when you say system packaging, that means what is the system you use? Windows, CentOS, RHEL, right? RHEL, Ubuntu. These are the system. Mac, we use a Mac. So when you say in Windows, you want to install something, some package. So what you want? So you will have an exe. Exe has what? Thousands of files plus automated steps like adding in a path, registry entry, this, that, and blah, 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 blah.
yes,
Okay.
agreed.
So in RHEL, we have RPM. Okay. In Ubuntu, we have a Debian. In Mac, we have a DMG. Conceptually, it's the same, sir. Okay. Now, this is like a system packaging. But what about application packaging? Now, typically, we do the application packaging such as Java, we do that. Such as .NET, we do that. Okay. Or such as any other packaging you do that. Okay. Let's say Android packaging. Okay. Android packaging. So now in this tech, this is called application packaging. How do you package here? So either you package in a zip file. Do you know zip file?
Yes, yep.
Yeah. Do you know tarball?
Yes.
Then you should, this is another format. It's a jar, var, EAR. Each of this packaging has a certain advantages. That's all. Here we have a .NET, maybe DLL file. Okay, object file, whatever it is. In Android, what we create? APK file, like this. Okay, so now these are the packages, application based packages. These are the system based packages, and I think we are using from last 30 years in the software industry this packaging format. Now for each tool there is a different for each format there's a different tools are there, not one tool. For example, for the sake of your discussion, zip, there is a WinZip, or in Linux zip command is the tarball, there is a tar. So jar, there is a jar. Var, there is a var. ER, there is ER. Like that. So it's a packaging. Inside that, what you have? Hundreds of files and automated process. The question should be, how can we use these packages? So you have to know the runtime environment. Runtime. For example, runtime means what? Runtime means if you have a Java-based project, you need a JVM where the application runs. You have to load in this jar. So you have to load this jar file in that runtime. If you are using .NET, .NET project, so you have to load this exe file or DLL files in a .NET environment. That's a concept. Or Python, Perl, any programming languages, concepts are same. Any PHP, Python, Perl, Ruby, Scala, everything is same. So this is the one thing. Now what will happen? These packages you generate every time. How many times? 20 times in a day. Think about it. 20 times in a day. So in a month, how much you will generate? 30. So how many total package you got it? 600. The question is, where do you store it? And for that we have a repository. Do you know one repository you are using in your mobile? Do you know which one?
Well, your inbox is your repository.
Yeah, in mobile, what you are using in one repository? Sir, which mobile you have? I think I forgot his name.
Me. Yeah.
Android. Which mobile you have? Android. So what repository you are using for packages?
Play Store.
Play Store. Yes. What do you have over there? Play Store have thousands of APK files. Like that, in your organization also have Artifactory. I'll teach you Artifactory also. Okay. Class is upcoming class. Nexus. You know, if you're .NET guys, then you are using NuGet Gallery. So guys, this is any technology concept is the same. Only tools will change. Are you getting my points now?
Yes. Yep. So we use for development we use Java JDK, and for a runtime environment we use JRE and JVM, right?
JRE will create a JVM environment, Java virtual machines. In Python, we create a Python virtualization virtual. Okay, runtime environment. Just think, don't complicate, because I think if I use the more keyword, you will get lost again. So you see runtime environment for Python, Java, .NET, Ruby, Scala. That's all. It will be simple. Where the application runs, simple. Okay, guys, back to the topic. Any other questions, guys? Okay, so what I was doing here was, and sir, you have to practice a lot, to be honest. I think you have to do hard work 10 times more than other people. Trust me on that. Okay, so here you have to do packaging, and guys, I got a packaging created. Now this is a not stable version actually. This is not stable. So can I make it stable? Yes, why not? So I did 20 times development, and now this product got stable. So here, packaging one more time. My system got slow because of some reason. I don't know what is that. So here, MBN package. Okay, and done. So guys, you see that everything has been automated. You did not do anything. I did not write even single line of code, and my compilation, testing, packaging, versioning, deployment, everything, cleanup, everything has happened. And it's just a matter of goal name. That's all. How Maven works. Now the question is, which I'm holding from last so long, and we got diverted from the discussion. Now here, if I say that JUnit dependency, because see here in the program we are using testing program, we are importing this, so that import should be Here we are setting the dependency. So the dependency download from where? And I've been telling you Maven is a dependency management tool. So now you have to understand very carefully this one. Okay. So what happens? Understand this. So first, whenever you run the Maven, what happens? Whenever you run a Maven, okay, what happens? Whenever you run Maven, that Maven will read the pom.xml for the dependency. So pom.xml has the dependency here as per my pom.xml, JUnit 3.8.1. So they will try to get this dependency, this jar file from the local repository. But the question is, what is a local repository? So guys, default local repository is your user home.m2. Okay, that's automatically get created. You don't have to do anything. You keep running command. This is a local repository. See here, I'm writing it here also, so you'll understand this. Here, this is the local repository. So can we find out this jar file, JUnit 3.8.1? So can we go and check this? So look at the JUnit 3.8.1, and jar file is here. Now inside this jar file, if you extract it, you will get the skeleton like this. JUnit framework test cases. Did you understand now?
Yes.
Yeah, Rajesh.
But the question is still, one question is not answered. From where, how we will get here? That's the question. So actually what happens, if this not in LR, then it will download from CR, which is called central repository. Now the question is, which is a central repository? And what will happen is, if it is not there in the LR, it will go to central repository, and from central it will copy to LR, local repository. Now the question is, what is a central repository? So central repository is given by Apache, managed by Apache, repo.maven.apache.org. Look at this here, Maven 2. This is your central repository. Can we see JUnit is here or not? JUnit here. Sorry, I click on wrong things. JUnit 3.8.1, and see this is the jar file. So what will happen? It will download to the local. So can I do one thing? Can I delete this? See, I'm deleting the whole 3.8.1 in the local, and I'll show the download how it happens. See here, I'm doing the package. See guys, it's downloading now. See, and it's locating in 3.8.1. See, just copied only thing. It's in progress. Done, almost done. See here, done. So now they got it. Now during the runtime, what will happen? Now you understood? Did you understand this flow, guys, or not?
Yes. Yep.
So now what will happen during the runtime? Maven will load this jar file in JVM. From where? From here. And if it is in JVM, then you can use that during the testing. Here, import will automatically happen. Now the question is, what about my own packages? So typically you will have our own packages in Artifactory or Nexus tools like this. So what we will do, we will tell Maven, let's say Nexus, okay, or Artifactory. So we will tell Maven, don't go to central. If it is not there, come to here. So here you will get the private packages, your organization packages, internal dependencies. How do we get this one? So what we'll do, we'll create a proxy from here to here. So here you get a public also, private also. All packages you get here only, and that is called Nexus or Artifactory. Did you understand this flow? Guys?
Yeah, Rajesh.
Did you understand this flow? Yeah. So Nexus Artifactory session is upcoming session. I'll teach you. But the question was, what is install and deploy? This is the last question. What is install and deploy? So guys, what will happen when you do the Maven install after the packaging? It will copy the package in the local repo. And when you do the deploy, it will copy the package to the remote repo. Remote repo means Artifactory. That's all. If you do install, it will copy the package which is generated here. So can I do this? Install. Deploy will fail because Nexus is not there. Install.
Does not Maven provide Artifactory solution? It also depends on the Nexus.
No, Artifactory is different product. Artifactory is different product. Nexus is different product. Maven repo handle there's one repo. See guys here, they are copying. See here, installing means see here Maven install. Where they are copying, see that M2 repository, com, this. See that. Testing has happened here, packaging has happened here, then installing it. So guys, ultimately what you need to know at last, you need to remember only these goals and what exactly these goals will do. So can you remember these goals only?
So once
Yeah,
the package is done, when you did the package, so it was in a temporary, it was doing it on a local path, and when you executed the install, it tried to copy the package to the repository location that's hidden into M2 location, right?
Yeah.
It is the same thing when it copies to the central repository, it becomes the deploy.
No, how can you copy to central? It's a read only.
No, means when
Because
you
you don't have
execute
vomit.
deploy. No. When you execute deploy, it will do the same thing if you have Artifactory server, right? It's just going to copy, right?
It will copy from here to here also. And from here, whole team can use it, that package.
Okay, but when you do a package deployed, it is again a goal, and everything from start to validation test, everything has to be done again, right?
Remember the life cycle rule?
Life cycle.
Because I've
Okay.
been
Yep.
repeating so many times. See here.
Yeah, got it.
Deploy is the last one in the default life cycle.
Thanks for watching. To watch our complete session, enroll for our premium membership. Click onto the join button and enroll yourself with the best suited option.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Want to study further? Subscribe to our paid membership to get a deep dive into each and every topic. Do look out for more videos in our playlist and subscribe to our Devops School channel and hit the bell icon to learn more. Keep learning.